Hey there, I'm King 5 meteorologist Ashley Ruiz with a look at your Sunday morning forecast. Hopefully you can get out and enjoy the day because it is going to be stunning across the area. It's going to be a little on the milder side today by a couple of degrees, but near normal for a good bit of the area. But going forward tonight and especially tomorrow night as well, it's going to be on the chilly side, but during the day we're pretty mild. But we're cooler by the middle half of the week. So if you want 70s, Monday and Tuesday, those will be the days. And we're going to have a good amount of sun, especially on Monday. Tuesday, we'll start to see more clouds in place. It's because we have this ridge of high pressure that's currently in place, but it's not going to hang tight all week long. So it's really today and tomorrow where it's going to bring us the driest conditions, the brightest conditions as well. So let's take you through the future cast. This is today through Tuesday. We have this ridge that's over the Pacific. It's going to keep us dry and sunny. It's going to flatten on Tuesday. And what happens then, it opens the door for a weak front to move in. And with that, it's going to bring us more of a temperature change. So from the 70s back down to the 60s, we get the return of onshore winds, going to bring us more clouds and maybe a couple of showers. But the most noticeable change will be the temperatures. Then we get into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and we're going to have this low spinning offshore. And by the weekend, it looks as though it's going to spread over the Pacific Northwest. And for now, rain totals look to be on the modest side, pretty on the low side, I would say. And I'll show you in just a minute. But let's talk about right now, because again, going to be a beautiful day. We still have some low clouds in place, but you can see from the coast all the way up to Paradise, we have lots of sunshine. I wanted to show you the Queen Anne camera. It's pretty gusty out there, but this time we can see the Mariners flag atop the Space Needle whipping in the wind. We have northerly winds today. So if you're headed to game 2 this evening, the Tigers versus our M's, 5:03 is first pitch, and temperatures should be in the mid 60s, give or take. And then after sunset, temperatures are going to dip down into the 50s. If you're not going to any of the games, the Seahawks take on the Bucks this afternoon as well. And the afternoon around the area, wherever you go, it's going to be nice. The pet parade in Capitol Hill this afternoon, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., 63, give or take. These are the high temperatures for the event. Oyster Fest in Shelton, that goes till 5 o'clock, and temperatures will be in the mid and potentially upper 60s in the afternoon, but it's still going to be on the cool side. Also going to be on the cool side if you're headed up to the mountains. The Cascade Passes, temperatures are going to be in the 50s to check out the fall foliage. It's really going to be a lovely day for that, and a little on the gusty side. High temperatures around the area, so mid and upper 60s for much of Puget Sound, and then Everett northward generally in the low and mid 60s. All the way to the coast, it's going to be on the cool side as well. We're mainly clear tonight. Winds should relax overnight, but we're still going to have those northerly winds, and we should have clear enough skies to help things cool down, but still low and mid 40s. A few spots, wouldn't be surprised seeing you drop down to the upper 30s, but then we're going to warm up under sunny skies once again tomorrow, northerly winds. However, we could get a push of offshore winds, and that is going to help warm things up Monday and into Tuesday, as I mentioned. So Tuesday, 72, at least for Seattle. We'll likely have some mid 70s in our typical warm spots. But then Wednesday, we flip the switch. We'll have partly sunny skies, the return of onshore winds, and then temperatures will be on the cooler side, 50s and 60s. The latest drought monitor, I wanted to briefly talk about this because, as we know, we are under this drought, the entire state of Washington in a drought, not just abnormally dry. The scale, it goes from the moderate all the way to exceptional. And so we have a 54, or Western Washington, 54 percent of the entire state, rather, is under a severe drought, and then 25% in the extreme drought. And so according to the Drought Monitor, 7th driest January to August on record, and this is for the entire state. And we're not going to have much in the way of heavy rainfall to rapidly improve our conditions. However, I wouldn't be surprised to see some improvements over the Olympic Peninsula with this week's rain. But the Drought Monitor, when it comes out Thursday mornings, they typically do not take into account the Wednesday or even the middle just half of the week. So we'll see with this upcoming Thursday's update if we have any improvements just with so much rain that fell over the Olympic Peninsula. But this is where we stand for our year-to-date rain totals. You see SeaTac just a little more than 16.5 inches, so we still have that pretty significant deficit from Bellingham all the way down to Olympia especially. And over the next 7 days, estimated rain totals generally look to be less than 1/4 of an inch. However, depending on what happens with that low, wherever it moves ashore, and how much strength it has, that will determine if we're going to have higher rain totals than this. But as we get closer to the middle half of the week especially, we'll have a greater confidence of what's going to happen with that low next weekend, because models just aren't really agreeing totally just yet, but we'll keep you posted. And through December, this is the Climate Prediction Center seasonal drought outlook. This was issued on September 30th, and the same goes from the previous update. So through the end of the year, you see the Olympic Peninsula and then the Kitsap Peninsula, South Sound. They're saying the drought likely ends, and that includes the North Interior as well. But then the rest of the state, drought improves. So not totally out of the drought for at least central and eastern Washington, maybe south of Yakima and into Oregon, but still improvements. That's what we need. We desperately need as we head into the wetter months. And so with the incoming snow that we'll see, the snowpack and the rain, all in all, we'll see those improvements. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Again, we're going to have really nice conditions today, 65, 70 on Monday, 72 on Tuesday, but you see those overnight temperatures are on the cool side, and that continues all the way through the end of the week. Our daytime highs are going to be on the cool side as well, especially Wednesday, upper 50s to low and mid 60s. And looking ahead to next weekend, again, it's all determined of what happens with that low spinning offshore. But beyond the 7-day forecast, showing that we'll likely have upper 50s and lower 60s. That's what the latest long-term model guidance is showing. So if you want that true fall weather, it's going to come just Monday, Tuesday, going to be more on the sunny and warm side, but after chilly mornings. Remember, you can always find the latest forecast, a deeper dive into the forecast as well on King 5 Plus, our YouTube page as well, king5.com, and the free King 5 app, and of course on air as well.